29th, 2012, aside from the closure of the 405, there's something big that's happening and will be affecting a lot of our Kababayans, and that is the unveiling of the Rizal Monument in the city of Carson. Earlier, we talked to Deputy Consul Dan Espiritu talking about who is Jose Rizal and what we need to learn from him or what we can learn from him. Right about now, of course, we can't talk about the city of Carson without the man of the hour, the Honorable Mayor of the city of Carson, Mayor Jim Deere, who, without him, this wouldn't have been possible. Mayor Jim Deere, can you tell us the story? First of all, thank you so much for allowing this to happen. The monument being there in the city, on display in the city of Carson. Why?
Yes.
What made you agree?
Well, you know, the movement worked many years, worked very hard. Lots of organizations came together, raised the funds necessary to bring a monument of Dr. Rizal to the people of California. And they were searching for a location. And Carson was one area that they were considering. So we were able to provide the land for free for this wonderful monument. And the way we did that, essentially, is that we came forward with an idea of mine to create an international sculpture garden in Carson, because we had very little public art in the city of Carson. And as the mayor of the city, I could not understand my community or any community not having public art.
And that's one of the advocacies of Dr. Jose Rizal when he was alive. Also, as Lydia said earlier, he encouraged people, especially the youth, to get into arts. And this is very encouraging, Mayor. But I know that there was a hanging issue earlier, what it is made of. And aside from its size, it's really very grand and awe-inspiring. Can you describe it to us?
Well, as I said before, it's the statue itself is 7 feet high. The pedestal is 7 feet high. The statue is made of bronze, and then the pedestal is made of granite.
And there will be some scriptures there, or some writings, rather?
There will be markers explaining the identity and the role of Jose Rizal in Philippine history and his role for the Filipino people.
And outside of the Filipino people and outside of the Filipino community, this is also historic for the city of Carson, as you were saying earlier, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, that's correct. The theme of the garden is international heroes of liberation, freedom, democracy, and justice. And of the great men and women in the history of civilization, Jose Rizal stands out. His writings, his work, his endeavors to help the freedom of the Filipino people from the Spanish colonial rule resulted in a movement around the world for more democracy and freedom and independence.
And you were saying that this is the first monument to be unveiled. What was that?
Yes, what I mean by that is that we hope to have many public art sculptures in this garden.
Of heroes.
Of heroes,
yes.
Women and men from around the world. It is international, so we hope to have Nelson Mandela one day, Abraham Lincoln, Mahatma Gandhi, maybe Joan of Arc from France. Right. There's all kinds of possibilities, and many groups now are coming alive with excitement. Now that the Filipinos have taken the first step in this monument, it now made other groups think, oh, well, we want to do the same as the Filipinos.
Exactly.
We want to be successful and mark that success with a monument.
And that is why the theme for this unveiling is Awaken the Hero in Us. How do we do that, Deputy Consul? How do we awaken the hero in us? And why do we need to awaken that in us? What will happen?
Well, if you look at it, the heroes in us have actually been invested in us by our heroes in the past when they founded our republics. Both the Philippine Republic, in our case, and the American Republic, by the founding fathers in the American Republic. Now, actually, this entails not only the memory or commemoration of the action that they did to free our republics, but also values, virtues. The very same virtues and values that they applied for the liberation of our countries is now being asked of us too, for us to apply in our daily lives. Sacrifice, dedication, civic-mindedness, caring for others, and then, of course, united action, coordinated action.
Yes, and one Tagalog term for collaboration, united coordinated action, is bayanihan. Do you know what bayanihan is, Mr. Mayor?
Well, I sure do now.
Yes. How do you define bayanihan? I'm sure, working with a lot of Filipinos, that's one word that comes up a lot, right?
It does.
Yeah.
And, of course, Filipinos from a nation of 7,100 islands and 76 plus dialects. There's divisions, natural divisions, and Dr. Rizal brings people together. And that's really important for the success of Asian Americans in America and any immigrant people to become part of the rich American culture and adding such wonderful aspects as the Filipino culture.
And aside from bringing together, we're also coming together. It's not just September 29th. Actually, that day, aside from the unveiling, will also be the kickoff of a month-long celebration of Filipino-American Heritage Month in Carson, which we're going to be talking about when we return on the show. Don't go away.